Hey, it's October 8th. Can you believe it? Only a few more weeks before Christmas. Phew, Lord have mercy. Let me tell you. And I got a 10-year-old that is spoiled rotten, and I tell everybody that. I even tell her that. But you know what? She's the baby of the family, and that's just how it kind of goes. So this channel, this is my life. Of course, I don't have any subscribers. I really haven't put the channel out there yet. But if you're watching this, subscribe. I think you're going to find it very interesting. I know it's a lot of talking of just, woo, this face right here. But I think you're going to find out that if you suffer from anxiety, PTSD, schizophrenia, bipolar, manic depressive disorder, any type of mental health illness that has been labeled as we are crazy, I will tell you, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. So is my neighbor. My neighbor's crazy. Okay? So I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of being like, oh my God, you got PTSD? Oh my, what happened to you? What happened to you that caused you to have PTSD? Well, you know what? Okay, that's what's going to happen on this page. Okay? That's what this page is about. This is about my life. Okay? And this is, and so not only do I want to talk about my life, but I want to be able to help other people who suffer from the same situations. They are not going to be the same exact situations. I'm going to tell you that right now. Every situation is different. But there are different things that I'm going to do on this channel that are going to be very upsetting to me. You're going to see me cry. You're going to see me angry. You're going to see me happy. You're going to see all these different emotions. It's going to look like I am on a bipolar roller coaster. And I've not even been diagnosed bipolar. But the thing of it is that there were several traumatic situations that occurred in my life that I need to get over. As some people would tell you, get over it. Just get over it. Move on. It's in the past. You know everybody. Everybody, you've heard it. People have told you it. You've been trying to get over it for years, and you can't get over it. You know why? Because you haven't dealt with it. You haven't faced it. So let me just start by saying I'm 43 years old. 43 years old, and I have PTSD. I have anxiety to the point that I take medication. I have days I can't get out of the house. Oh my goodness, you know what that's called? Agoraphobia. Yep. I can get out of the house, take my daughter to school, go to the grocery store. But even just the other day, like I said in an earlier post, I tried to go, I have trouble getting out to do things with friends. And I myself just last week, wanted to go out and see a friend at a bar that she worked at just to go say hi because I hadn't seen her in a while. And I didn't tell my husband, who we own our own business. And so he was working really late. And he came home. And it was too late for me to go and see her. And so then all of a sudden it became his fault because he was home late. When the truth of the matter was, I didn't even tell him that I wanted to go see her. And we could have probably moved things around and he could have been home or whatever. Or I could have taken her to his mom's house or something just so that I could go hang out with my friend. But the truth of the matter is that as much as I wanted to see my friend, the fear of leaving my home was so great, I couldn't get out the freaking front door. I couldn't get out of my own house. I just couldn't. So stupid. It's stupid, right? Stupid. That's what I say to myself all the time. It's stupid. Need to go to Walmart? Oh, I'll wait till tomorrow because I can't get outside to do it today. Stupid. And all it's doing at 43 years old, I have missed out on so much. So much. But you want to send me to Florida? I'm there in a heartbeat. I stand on the sand and watch the waves. There's just something about it. something peaceful and something calming. Makes all my worries and all my stress just disappear. But anyways, so let's talk about my traumas. I'm not going to indulge into them yet. Those are going to be for other episodes, okay? So there's a couple that we're going to talk about. The very first one we're going to talk about is when I was about 2.5. There's a story that my biological mom tried to drown me in a bathtub. Now I'll tell you that I've talked to my biological mom. Her name's Lois. And she says that's not actually what happened. And, honestly, I do believe that that's probably not what happened. Talking to my father, he wasn't there. He's in the military. He was out to sea, and he just had received a phone call. And of course, it was a long time ago, and neither one of them really 100% recall exactly what happened. But, I explained to my mom that this might bring some stuff up, but that I need to know. I didn't know exactly what happened. And so she's writing out a timeline. And we'll go through that timeline. And honestly, might go through that timeline with her. Might have a dual session. Talk to her about it. See what it was like for her. I mean, she deals with mental health issues as well. I'm not going to go into why she has mental health issues because that's for her to say. It's not for me to say. Second, when I was 4 years old, I was molested by a male babysitter that we had. It was a one-time event. Neither my mother nor my father remember. They don't even remember having a male babysitter. I wouldn't expect my father to remember because he's in the military. I think he was out to sea. But for my biological mom, Lois, to not remember, it is kind of frustrating. But again, I don't even know where she was even at. I don't even know what she was even doing. But I know it happened because my brother, I have a biological brother who's younger than me. He remembers. So I'm going to talk to him about it. And we're going to indulge into that because that's the first sexual experience that I have. I was 4 years old, a little 4-year-old. And, I didn't even, at that time, I think I knew the difference between a boy and a girl, not necessarily a boy or a girl and a man. But anyways, we're going to talk to him about it because even though I don't feel like I have any issues about it, because it occurred once, it was my first very sexual experience of being molested, and it potentially could have some deep-seated, rooted things that I need to deal with. I am not going to be able to contact this person and have a discussion about it with him. I don't know if he turned into a pedophile. I don't know who he. I don't even know who he was. I think he was a white man and a white young man. I think he might have even been a teenager, or in his early 20s. As far as I think he lived in the military housing apartment complex that we were living in. I'm not sure, and maybe I might be able to jog some memories. Who knows? And then second, or actually not second, third, the big one that I'm going to be, one of the big ones that I'm going to be dealing with is that when I was 5 years old, playing with a best friend of mine, we were lured into a vehicle and abducted by a pedophile. And what seemed to be gone for an eternity, which actually was like a day. Apparently, we were only gone for a few hours, but who knows? I don't, because I only have my 5-year-old memory to remember, and then the blank spaces were filled in with cops running towards us and saving our lives, and that was not what happened. And so we're going to go through and trying to find the police report for that, and I want to try and find my the friend that I was with and see how she's doing. I'm not going to say her name right now. And then my plan is to confront my pedophile, my perpetrator, the person who, in my mind, destroyed my life. and changed it forever. And I think that's why I have the hardest time with is that situation because of this. Because every time I talk about it, I try to hold it in and I start crying, but I can't think of anybody who would take a 5-year-old and do those horrific things to them. And let me tell you, my friend and I were not the only ones. There were like 7 other girls or 9 other girls, and there were a few little boys. And this man was married and had his own little daughter. And, you know, what makes a person think or do those things? I mean, outside of being just sick, just absolutely sick. And of course, back then, this happened in 81. Times were completely different. So his sentence was not anything like they sentence today. But of course, I always think how lucky we were because we were not murdered. We were not killed. Our throats were not slashed. We were not strangled to death. We were actually released and to live on. And at times I wonder, and sometimes I feel like maybe killing me at that time would have been better than having to live the life that I had, that I have grown up to live. But those are just moments, because then other things occur and I look at the way my life is and what I've accomplished, and I realize that that would not have been a good idea. You know, I mean, like I am glad that I survived, because now I can help other people by doing this channel and talking about my life and stuff. I'm able to help other people. The other big thing is that when I was 16, I was raped. I was raped by 3 men at a party. They were associates. I knew who they were, and I ended up pregnant. And my dream of being a doctor fizzled away because I chose to keep the baby. I chose to raise a child that was conceived out of a horrific, violent attack. And it was difficult. It was difficult raising him because his biological father, after doing DNA testing and stuff like that, of course, I knew exactly who his dad was because his dad's part Thai, and you could see it in my son's features that he also had some Asian attributes. And so I knew exactly who his father was. Now my son is almost 25 years old. And of course, for years, he has known that, he's known about how his birth came about and stuff, and has actually had a conversation with his biological father, which I was the one that kind of impromptu spoke with his biological father first, and then gave him the information, my son the information, and then he called him, and of course now doesn't really care to have any type of conversation with him ever again. Says he's just stupid, pretty stupid, I guess. I don't know. That's between him and his biological dad. But these are things that we're going to go on. And I'm going to talk to his biological dad again. Actually, I'm going to go up there. We're going to, my plan, I'm going to have a sit down with him. I know we were at a party. I know we were young. I want to know why he thought that it was okay to take advantage of me just because 2 other people were taking advantage of me as well. I want to know what was going through his mind. You know, when we go to parties and stuff and we get, you know, kind of caught up and wrapped up into things, and drinking and drugs are all involved, things happen. And so, of course, you know, I was blessed that I did get a wonderful child, but of course, becoming pregnant changed the structure and dynamic of my life. And I still, to this day, believe that everything happens for a reason, even if you don't know why it happened at that time. And so right now, I'm here to help you. I'm here to become very open about my own life, cry about my own life with you. So subscribe below. Listen to my page. comment. I read all the comments. If there's any comments left, I do read those. So as soon as I get the timeline from my biological mom, Lois, then we'll indulge in that. So this is kind of go like a book, from the start to the finish, from when I was born, real quick, and then to something very traumatic that occurred, and then we're gonna work through that. And I want to work through that with you. I want to work through that with you because I want to be able to help you work through whatever it is that you're working through, because I want to be free. I want to be able to be like, right now it is 9:18 in the morning, and I want to be like, you know what? I want to go to Walmart, or I want to go to Target, or I want to go to J.C. Penney's, or I want to go wherever I want to go, and not have to be like, oh, but I don't have to go today because I still have tomorrow, and make time be my pressure that causes me to have to be able to go out that front door. I want to be able to do things, and I want to be able to do them without having my stomach hurt, and without having my heart race, and without having, panic attack after panic attack after panic attack. I want to be able to be what society feels is normal, okay? Because I'm not normal. I'm not normal. And there's certain reasons why. So we're going to get into that. All right? So right now, peace out. Love you guys. Remember that what happened to us made us stronger. Always remember that. It was a terrible, terrible thing, but it made us stronger people. Okay? I will talk to you guys again later. Subscribe to my channel. Leave comments below. Love you guys.